Hey, welcome to the Hopeless Fan Podcast. It is Tuesday, October 29th. We're recording on Monday night ahead of the Monday Night Football game. Scotty, Shelby, Zach coming at you. We have Monday Night Football talk, Sunday standouts, winners and losers for your reference. We have irrational headline reactions. We have Rip Your Rankings. We're each going to give our predictions for the 12 playoff teams, 6 in each conference, obviously. Elsewhere, we're going to do our Christmas in Week 9, Stand of the Week, and just a whole bunch of football coming at you. Scotty, how you doing?
I'm doing great, man. How are you doing? How are you guys doing out there? A belly full of steak.
Yeah, Zach cooked us up some mean steak with some Parmesan green beans. Fire as usual. Zach knocks it out of the park. So it was good to get the belly full before we started recording.
As usual. Yeah.
All right, we'll start with Sunday standouts, winners and losers. Scotty, give me a loser.
Man, Zach's Burgers.
We're a loser on Sunday.
Yeah, because I felt it on Sunday.
Good. It serves you right.
What do you mean you felt it?
Well, the
You
effects
felt it
that...
3 days later?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, my system moves slowly.
Okay. So it just,
How-
it
how-
just went right through.
no.
So
How
Shelby,
about-
let me ask this. Hey, Shelby, did you have any issues with the...
No.
I didn't have any. So it sounds like the problem is your inferior gut biome.
I don't know, man.
I do.
I need to have the steak to compare, but
I don't know if you're going to keep trash talking my cooking. I may never
Steak
cook
was
for you again.
freaking out of this world. It was good.
did you guys cook it on a stove?
Yep. I did, but I tell you what, it's all in the dry rub, and I'll give out my proprietary secret. It's it's going to be garlic salt, pepper, seasoned salt, and oregano. Not a lot of people use oregano on steak, but it really helps set it off.
Wow, should we just become a cooking podcast instead?
That might be the new thing, since there's probably 1,700 sports podcasts that got invented today.
Lots
Yeah.
of butter too. But Paula
Yeah.
Dean could have told you that.
Got to do it. Another loser for me. I don't know how you keep the Bears off that list as a loser. Just all the kicking issues they have. Matt Nagy's like mad at the media now. Mitch Trubisky, he's like afraid to let him like even take the snap and do anything besides kneel down at the end of the game. I can see where people are hating on him, like, why didn't you run the ball to get more yards, or do something else other than knee it and bring the field goal back. But it's just if Panero makes the field goal, everyone doesn't give a crap. If he misses, every play is second guessed. If Nagy was afraid of losing yards, why didn't he throw the ball? Well, like, let Mitch Trubisky throw an interception or 2 incompletions and leave 40 seconds on the clock when you kick a field goal. They'd just be grilling him for that. So that's the thing about coaching. It's like, unless you win, because you lose everything else.
Right. I mean, you gotta also, for another loser, you gotta also put in, the coaches for the offensive coordinator or whoever's calling the plays in Denver, and Joe Flacco, both as just like,
Yeah, do you not know?
they coincide just being complete losers.
Isn't it
I know.
Sponge or whatever?
Joe Flacco is hurt.
No, offensive.
It's Scangarello, right?
Yeah.
But whoever is attributed to the game plan and the offense, and because I know the head coach Vic Fangio can veto anything, but who's ever how about just the coach quarterback relationship? That's bad. That's a loser for me. Joe Flacco, when you got Joe Flacco talking about not being aggressive and dogging you to the media about not being aggressive, you got a problem. And then if you're Joe Flacco and you're gonna dog the media after one, when he's definitely the issue in most cases, that's a separate problem.
Right.
So,
when I saw that trending, I was just like, okay, I can't decide a winner and loser on this, because if like Joe Flacco's saying they need to be more aggressive, the play calling must be bad. But then at the same time, it's like, well, Joe, if you were better, we probably would be more aggressive all the time. And like you're like, we're scoring like in the teens. I don't know the exact. I know usually at the end of Sunday you look at the Broncos score and they have somewhere between like 13 and 17 points. Usually.
Yeah, and it was like Joe Thomas on Twitter. He was just like, I can't believe what I'm even watching. It's like Joe Flacco legit forgot how to play quarterback.
Oh, that's tough. Especially
really tough.
that really, we'll get into my for your references kind of one you won't want to hear, Scotty. More winners and losers. The Falcons continue to be a dumpster fire. We're all negative because it's Monday. Falcons continued to be a dumpster fire. Matt Schaub, all-time backdoor cover. They were plus 8.5, and they were down 24-0. Came back to cover.
Yeah, winners for the Falcons betters, aka no one.
Yeah, I had him in a teaser that didn't hit. What have you? And the Bills, my God. The Bills might be a loser, and the Eagles, you could take away big ones there because it's like the Bills were a 5-1 team, and it's like, how good are they? Josh Allen, it's like they've squeaked by some bad teams, and Josh Allen really hasn't turned any corner. He hasn't had, like, you can't think of a time where Josh Allen's like, oh yeah, you look like a gunslinger, franchise quarterback. You can
Still would rather have him
over
the two ahead of him. Still would rather have him over the two ahead of him at this point.
Over
Baker Mayfield,
Baker and Sam Darnold.
At this point, yeah. I mean, one's 5-2.
Yeah, I don't know.
2-5.
Right.
I've got a winner for Sunday.
Yeah, that's a tough take, Scotty. Or not a tough take, but it's a hot one because I don't know because you give Sam Darnold the Bills defense and where he only has to throw like 16 times.
I just don't think Sam Darnold is seeing the field all very well. Like I think he's got talent and he's accurate. I mean, exactly. I don't think Sam Darnold's ready yet. But and Baker Mayfield has just always been overhyped.
But, I don't know. You see flashes with Sam Darnold. I don't even think you see flashes in terms of games with Sam Darnold. With Josh Allen, you see flashes in terms of a play, like one play, 1 to 5 plays a game where he looks like a franchise quarterback. Sam Darnold,
Josh Allen.
What's that?
Josh Allen could just be the bulkier Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, I guess he could. I don't know. I think the Ravens have a lot better offense adjusted behind that with the running game they have, and the Bills have Frank Gore and Devin Singletary. But
yeah,
who's your winner?
Real quick, my winner for Sunday is going to be Bengals betters because they covered the spread on the last play.
No,
they did
not.
No, they didn't, Zach.
No, it got called back, Zach.
The touchdown got overturned.
The touchdown got called back.
Yeah. Where were you?
I just following it on my phone because I was at work.
Who scored that, by the way?
Auden Tate.
Of course he did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's.
Did Mag start him?
No.
Sorry, name dropping people in our fantasy league.
You're fine. It's
just the norm at this point.
Yeah, you do it too much. Okay. Monday night.
Jameis Winston's a loser.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's the segment.
NFL refs a loser because they blew a play dead again on the Buccaneers Titans game.
No accountability.
The fake field goal. And here's my thing about that: if this happens in like that play, you obviously saw it, right? The fake field goal fumble.
Say what?
You obviously saw the fake field goal that was fumbled and got called dead. It was Devin White. Yeah. If that play happens in like a Cowboys Saints game, or like the Packers Chiefs last night, everyone is talking about it, and now no one is talking about it.
Right.
The Titans Buccaneers in a 1:00 game on the East Coast.
Garbage game, like no one cares about. Yeah. Speaking of questionable play calls, a loser for me is Freddie Kitchens. He might just be a regular on this segment. He's just a loser every week, so he does something that's questionable.
Take the penalty?
Yeah, the false start. He's like, well, I guess I should go for this, so I'll call a false start so I can save my one timeout in the fourth quarter down 17.
Yeah, that
was god awful.
That was an all-time. What are you doing for me as the under guy in the New England Cleveland game? Because there was still like 12 minutes left, and I'm like, oh my god, if you punt, the Patriots will just run it every play, and they might kick a field goal. Instead, they turn it over.
How did that under still hit, which is weird?
Because right after that turnover on downs, Mike Nugent hooked a chip shot field goal.
Amazing.
And then early in the game, he got a field goal blocked. It was beautiful.
Your boy.
It was gorgeous. It was good. Because, like, I walked in, I went to get food after the 1:00 games because I survived the witching hour still alive. And I'm like, okay, got to take a sigh of relief. Went and got food, came back, and I'm like, the Patriots are up 10-0 already in the first quarter. And the over-under is 43.
God, yeah.
I had it at 43, I had it at 50. And then the very next play, Nick Chubb breaks off a 70-yard run but fumbles at the 5-yard line. I was like, it was just a gorgeous display of how to tease me on maybe I might lose this bet.
Yeah.
And I'm normally not on the right side of that.
And they got the under by what, 1 point? It was under 41 or 43?
No, it was 43.5. We actually had it on the show at 45.5. When it's Sunday morning came around, it was 43 because of the rain that was in the forecast. It was a gross day, but it was actually like kind of football weathery.
Ooh, yeah, football weather. And that October football weather, it's like Brett Favre with the Vikings in the Steel City weather in '08.
Yeah, that's a good time.
Why did I remember that? I don't know.
Because
because
we've established your all of your memories are based on.
Oh, in the Steel City in '08. That didn't happen. Brett Favre with the Vikings.
Yeah,
It was
AP trucked the
2009.
dude.
It was
Okay,
2009.
09. Wow.
Yeah, you're
Way to
awful.
ruin my memories. Okay, well, also on
we
on
got
Halloween.
Steelers Dolphins tonight. Mud Bowl. I don't think it's we got
Yeah,
forecasted.
6
Oh,
to
yeah.
3.
That was 07.
6 to
06.
3.
Well,
Back
no,
and
it was
forth
Brett
between
Favre
that and
against
Monday Night Raw.
It was Brett Favre with the Vikings in 09 against the Patriots on Halloween. That's football weather.
That would also not have happened in 09.
Yes, it totally happened.
Okay, if the Steelers and Vikings played in 2009, there's no way the Vikings and Patriots would have played in 2009. You're probably thinking of the Jets because he was on the Jets in 09.
It might be the Jets.
Okay, it was.
So how was it Brett Favre and the Vikings in the Steel City? That must have been 2010 then.
What are we talking?
This is
about?
great radio.
This is awesome radio. Then if he was with the Vikings, whenever that happened, when it was AP running the ball and he trucked the guy, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, Jets.
Yeah.
That would have been
Jets,
2009.
Yeah, Jets Patriots 2009. It was Mark Sanchez.
Right.
And the Jets won to go 2-0.
Oh wow. Oh, that was the Darrell Revis my
Brady,
hamstring game.
Brady 23 for 47, 216 yards and an interception.
Yeah, but
Wow.
Frank Taylor is the running
he
back.
had just came back off that knee. It was only his second game back.
Edelman still 98 yards.
Edelman was on the team. That was wow.
8 receptions, 98 yards.
He would have been a rookie. He was a 7th round pick that year. All right. Monday Night Football talk. Scotty, you like the Dolphins to win outright?
Dolphins are winning tonight. They're getting their
Ooh.
first dub. Ryan Fitzpatrick, they got something to play for. They got, the names on their backs, the Dolphins on their helmets, and they're coming away with a dub. Give me D for dub in Dolphins. It's happening.
What I love about Scotty is that like we do picks for like betting, and he'll be like, "Yeah, I'll do Dolphins money line." I'm like, "Oh, awesome! How much did you put on these?" And then it's always
It's like $1,000.
no, it's always like, "Oh, I did a parlay." Like,
Oh, okay.
Like so I hope you're not like right about the Dolphins, and then the total miraculously goes over, and that would suck because you.
Oh, no, I'm always right about the over-unders. I'm always right about those.
No, our pick'em or our boardwalk segment last week would beg to differ.
Ooh. See, I didn't know you were
Shots
going to,
fired.
like, fact-check me, but
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
always
okay.
right about over-unders.
Yes, Shelby,
That's fair.
king of fact checking.
Yeah, in this game tonight, I have no idea because if you have 14 points, you typically don't lay double digits in the NFL. When it's not the Patriots, I should say. Yeah, so tonight I would lean under because they might be easing Mason Rudolph back into the mix, coming off that concussion that he had and missing a game. So he missed 2 weeks with the bye week.
Yeah.
I'd say maybe it's a James Conner show tonight, but I would lean under. And if it's time to tease, because teasers are back on after yesterday, I'd go Pittsburgh minus the 7 and under 50. There's no way that doesn't hit. I'm sorry, Scotty. The Steelers defense is way too good for Fitzpatrick.
Jeez,
to beat
dude,
Fitzmagic tonight.
I can't believe that you're really gonna just go on here and tell our listeners a full-fledged beat. The Dolphins are winning
Okay,
tonight.
That's
Take the money line and get the big payout.
DM us our ticket so we know you're not Nathaning this. Because it's a classic.
Who has
pick.
still yet to message either of us about listening
Exactly.
to
So he doesn't listen. Thank
No,
you.
I made sure he did.
Oh,
And then
well,
he didn't. No, Zach, I saw the
definitely
text
didn't.
and he said, Zach, I saw the text. He said, I haven't yet, but I definitely will now. And then he never messaged you back. Is that right? About
Because if he listens to that, he's definitely texting you saying,
yeah, he has to.
Yeah.
So he
You don't
still
just-
hasn't.
you don't- Yeah, you don't listen.
Or he ignores the problem in shame.
Well, I doubt that.
I don't think so. I think that he is just dogging us.
Given his heritage, he'll probably hold out, convincing people that they'll still win the war. Win the bet. Sorry. Okay.
We'll have to firebomb Dresden to get him to.
For your reference, Scotty, your ears covered?
Yeah, I can't hear anything.
Oh, you can't hear anything?
No,
Are
I'm
you-
like
are you
you.
gonna-
I'm like your left ear, but doubled.
Oh, that's my right ear, bud. But
Your
that's-
right
that
ear,
was
but
good.
doubled.
Wait, real quick, did you guys like the video I put together that you can check out on the Hopeless Fan Twitter account?
Yeah, that was
And
great.
YouTube.
Yeah, that was great. Yeah,
And
follow
on
us.
YouTube.
subscribe to us on YouTube and check it out at The Hopeless Fan. It's hilarious. I beat Zach. I actually, you know what? I
Barely.
crushed him.
By 6 points? Yeah, that's crushing.
Yeah, I wasn't really
Absolutely.
trying.
It seemed it's like
It was
the
never
Ravens,
really in doubt.
It was
Zach,
like
you
the
were always
Ravens
climbing
Bengals
back.
game. It was the
Yeah.
Ravens Bengals game. 23-17, respectable, but you kind of always thought, I don't know. But I
Zach,
thought
you
it
were
was
climbing
a good game.
out of a deficit the entire game. So
What I hate about it is that it's not in the video because I missed it. Was that Scotty faked a punt up
Yeah.
23-17 that if he didn't get would have been momentous for Zach.
was it
winning
that? Was it
game.
that late in the game that I faked it?
Third quarter.
Oh, it was third quarter, so it might have been 17-10 when he did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you went
Gotcha.
down and scored a touchdown. Gotcha. All right.
And failed on his extra point. That's why he had 23.
Yeah, faked
Well, I
it.
faked the field goal.
Yeah.
Because he was feeling good on the fakes.
Yeah, exactly.
It was open,
Right.
too.
It was wide open.
All right, for your reference, so Joe Flacco, obviously today, he's ruled out for this week with a neck injury.
Good.
He was on the injury report with the neck, but it's kind of fishy when a day after he calls out the coaches that
So Scotty, who's playing?
Brandon Allen.
Brandon Allen, Razorback.
And Scotty's gonna hype this guy up like he's the next Brett Favre,
Like he's the next Trevor
like he
Siemian.
did Trevor Simeon, like he did Paxton Lynch, like he
Wow.
did Case Keenum,
Obviously,
and like he did
you guys
Flacco.
are just asleep. Are you kidding me?
Brock
Razorbacks
Osweiler.
2014? Give me a
Yeah,
break,
okay.
dude. He's
Take it
fucking
from a
bum.
guy who's already had a Razorbacks backup quarterback in Ryan Mallett. It ain't gonna
Ryan
work out.
Mallett, Bengals practice squad legend. So Scotty with the Broncos now. You've paid Case Keenum and Joe Flacco
Yeah,
roughly around a little under $37 million
correct, sir.
for 24 touchdowns and 20 picks.
Yes, sir.
And now Flacco carries, I think it's like 17 million against the cap this year.
And he's off our dead cap next
Oh, it's
It
year.
was
20.
Oh, okay, so it's even worse. And then it
Yeah.
goes down. It does go down to like 13 next year, and then 2021 it's like 10 and a half. So,
Yes,
and
sir.
I don't think Flacco plays again in Denver.
Yeah,
I don't think
we'll
he-
eat his dead cap, and he'll just get released.
I want to see him get traded to the Bears.
So I would love that.
I mean, he's on.
I'd be-
He might be going to IR because he's
At
got.
least
yeah,
he
exactly.
He's got a
He's gonna be
hernia.
going IR.
Yeah.
He's got a herniated disc in his neck.
So yeah, so
What's
36
the
and a half
over-under on
million.
him ever taking another starting NFL snap?
He'll probably do
I
that.
don't-
He probably
I
will.
don't get what you mean over under.
Not over-under, but
The odds?
The odds.
I
yeah.
don't know. Another NFL snap again. Someone will sign him.
No, a starting NFL snap.
Oh, they'll play.
Yeah, he'll probably play.
He's Ryan Tannehill.
He'll go to Washington.
He's a lot
next year
older
or
than
something.
Ryan Tannehill.
Yeah, but he's tall. He looks good. He's a handsome guy, I think.
It's still Chuck. As long as there will be a team that'll take him, as long as he can still hit the check down.
He needs
Yeah,
to. He
I-
needs to fix that dead tooth of his.
I kind of love the outburst because it's like that's just like okay, like the offense? Is it the coaching problem or is it Joe Flacco? And then Joe Flacco just steps to the
Yes.
podium and is like, I'm getting ahead of this.
Yeah.
It's the coaching.
That's control. That's called controlling the narrative.
And I love that. Yeah. So winner Joe Flacco, Broncos season over. Can I say that?
Sure. Why not? Who cares?
Yeah, why not? Let's do it. 2-6. Who
Are
they
the
play?
Titans? Are the Titans back?
Titans might be back. I tried to get as soon as I saw the Flacco injury, I tried to rush to my bookie and put like $100 on the Browns. Sorry, 5 units on the Browns, and they had taken the game off.
Wow.
Yeah, it's tough for the Titans though because they still have the Texans and the Colts in their division.
Well, the
that's
Broncos
only,
might have-
That's another for your reference. That's another for your reference is that the only team without a losing, only division without a losing record, a losing team in their division is the AFC South,
Wow.
which we always thought was like a
Yeah.
a lump of coal in the
Especially
division
with
stock.
especially with the luck injury, but I'm sure someone's gonna pull away here soon. The Colts should have lost yesterday. The Jaguars were in risk of it. The Titans should have lost.
Texans were in risk. Titans were in risk.
they
Jaguars.
really
Jaguars
were all-
probably had the most convincing win of anybody, but they
Yeah,
played the Jets
actually.
at home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think the Texans are going to come away with it. Also because I bet it, so I don't
Oh, okay.
they have the best quarterback of the division.
That's true. That's what you got to lean on at this point. Also, another for your reference. This one I should plug my one ear, so I don't hear it. Andy Dalton, the only quarterback since 1950 to go 8-0 and 0-8 in his career.
Wow, future Chicago Bear.
Oh, I'd love that.
Would you?
8-0 in 20. Yeah, I don't care. I like the Bears. They're my NFC team.
Oh, okay.
8-0 in 2015, 0-8 this season. What else? The 49ers killed the Panthers.
Yeah.
Destroyed the Panthers. I had the under. 49ers hit it by themselves. Scotty had the under as well. That was the only game I lost last week.
Oh yeah, I will never take the under on the 49ers.
Yeah. The 49ers have held 4 straight opponents to 100 or fewer net passing yards. That hasn't happened in the NFL since 1977.
Zach goes, I will never take the under of the 49ers when he literally did take the under of the Browns 49ers game and won.
Yeah, I know. I said I will never, ever again, will I ever take, since that game. That's why I said that. And I think, hot take right now, I think the Niners defense is better than the Patriots defense.
That is hot.
That's a very hot
But
take.
Andy Dalton lit him up for over 300 yards. So.
Yeah, but the Patriots haven't played anybody yet.
Yeah, but.
So are the Bengals
I'm
somebody?
just saying about the 49ers. Yeah, the Bengals are definitely somebody. They're Joe Burrow.
Yeah,
The
they
Bengals are Joe Burrow.
That'd be great if Joe Burrow.
I'm trying to get in the years past. I'm like, and Scotty can attest to this because he gets so pumped for the draft, and I never got it. And
Yeah.
I'm just like, the Bengals are just picking anywhere between 18 and 22. They're just going to take a lineman or a defensive back. Why would I get excited for this?
Not this year, baby.
And now I'm
yeah.
I am all in. I'm like, okay, football's going to end.
want Joe Burrow?
Football's going to end in February.
Not Tua.
I'd be fine with either.
Okay.
Yeah, football.
Football's
NFL is
good
just
problem to have.
for betting because it just rips your heart out if you have investment with your heart.
Football's going to end in February, and I'm going to be like, what am I going to do? And I'm like, well, I'm going to get pumped into this draft stock, going to talk myself in and out of all these people, and if the Bengals end up with Tua or Joe Burrow, I'm going to be all in.
Hey, Shelby, the only thing the Bengals can do wrong at this point is mess it up.
Win. Yeah.
No, is mess it up even in the draft and not draft a QB
Watch
or win enough.
watch them.
Yeah,
or
watch
them
them not
get
draft a
pick
QB.
number 3.
Yeah.
And then the first 2 picks is Joe Burrow, and then
Tua.
Tua, and then you have to take Jake Fromm.
Or
I would
like
take Jake Fromm. I'd take that left
Love
tackle
Jake
from
Fromm.
Georgia.
Yeah.
love Jake Fromm.
Jake Fromm's gonna be.
Or
Garbage.
I'd take Jerry Jeudy.
No, he's not. Ooh, Jerry Jeudy, sweet.
Yeah.
So good.
Well, you guys don't need unless you.
I don't know if John Ross what his deal is.
Yeah.
AJ Green's not getting traded, but it's did the Falcons need Calvin Ridley?
I would
It's
say I heard an interesting take that somebody had there. I said AJ Green said he loves the city of Cincinnati, he loves the franchise. Why wouldn't
King.
What do you think about them trading him to some other team before the deadline?
I'd be all in on them trading him.
And then his contract's up, re-sign him in the offseason, bring him back.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I'm not.
It's not gonna happen.
Why?
It's like
No, it's not gonna
he's
happen.
like the Larry Fitzgerald.
happen.
They're hoping he's the Larry Fitzgerald of Arizona, of Cincinnati, where he'll stay.
and
and
that's-
also, Shelby, you
yeah.
brought up Calvin Ridley. The Falcons need Calvin Ridley. Was no, but I mean, they took it because they thought they had luxury at wide receiver. They had the luxury to play best player available. But now that
Right, that's what I'm saying.
yeah, but now they're paying for it. So you don't want the Bengals to make that same mistake. Get Jerry Jeudy.
Well,
It's just they didn't really need Jerry Jeudy.
They're not paying for it. They're just a bad team.
Well, they could have taken a defender,
right.
Instead there's someone to cover up top. But the thing is the Bengals are bad with trades, so it really worries me if the Bengals end up winning a few games and getting the 4th overall pick, and then getting swiped, someone trading above them to grab the QB that they're looking at, because then you're screwed.
Well, in the draft, I think they're going to get one of the top 2 picks. So then at that point, if you're looking at Burrow Tua, you're not screwed. And in the draft, actually, they're good at trading, but they're never in the position to trade up. They're always trading back and gaining assets that way.
I can't believe even. I mean, what's his name? Burrow is not even supposed to be a 2nd overall pick. I'm sure he'll grow to that, but it's been Herbert and Tua, not Tua.
Well, what's
and
fascinating-
Burrow.
I'd be fine with Herbert too.
Yeah.
Herbert's my 3rd choice.
Yeah.
I don't want Fromm or Hurts.
Fromm's
Well,
gonna be good.
What's fascinating to me is that of all the teams that are basically certified tanking, so Washington, Cincinnati,
Miami,
Dolphins, all those teams, the Bengals are the only ones that haven't traded away a bunch of assets to try to build draft capital.
Right.
I think that's what hurts the most
it's
about
asinine.
this season.
You have to. I I was like off the AJ Green trade him thing, and then now it's like the losses mount up. I'm like, trade him.
Trade AJ.
Why?
Yeah,
I would trade Dalton if you could get something
trade
for
Dalton.
him. I would trade Giovanni Bernard or Mixon. Pick one. Get him out of here. Mixon fumbles entirely too much.
It would be the same. It's been the same for me too, because the Broncos traded away Emmanuel Sanders, and before I was just like, no, I don't want any of that. But now it's like, trade away Chris Harris Jr.
Or trade Ross too. See
Yeah.
if you could get like a 6th round for Ross.
I don't know. Ross, he look good though. I don't know, but yeah, it'll all change. My biggest conundrum is not even is that I want the Bengals to get one of the top quarterbacks, one of the top 2 picks, but I don't want them to go 0-16, be the third team to ever do
1-15.
Right, and
The
I'm like,
third
okay,
team.
so
It wouldn't be because the Bucks back in the day.
they didn't go 0-16. They went 0-14.
Oh,
All right, Scotty had to step out, so we're continuing on with just Zach and I, and it's time for Stand of the Week. Zach, who you standing?
I am standing the Dolphins GM, Chris Greer. Is that his name? Yeah. Because this whole season, everyone's like, oh, Dolphins are tanking. Whenever they ask the question whenever they put that question forth, they're like, all the teams, just management speak where they're just like, oh, absolutely not. We try to go out and win every day.
You have to say it.
Yeah. But trading Kenyon Drake away to the Cardinals, it's like the balls on this guy. He's just like staring Roger Goodell in the face. He was like, come at me for tanking. See what happens.
Yeah. Kenyon Drake, probably Miami's best moment in the last 20 years is Kenyon Drake's Miami Miracle. That's their last win.
Yeah.
And traded away. He's a good running back. Madden, my face of the franchise, I got drafted by the Dolphins. Kenyon Drake is a dog.
Kenyon Drake's the reason Arian Foster retired. Because he was part of that Texans-Dolphins trade, and he never really panned out for him because Kenyon Drake blew up.
I think, didn't Jay Ajayi blow up? Is that who you're thinking of?
Did they have both of them at the time? Did they have both of them at the time?
It's 2016. I think it was Jay Ajayi blew up to lead the Dolphins to the playoffs.
Okay.
It's okay. All right. Bill Belichick, appreciate greatness. 300th win against the team that fired him. 299 last week, seeing Ghost Jets against the team that he was the head coach for like 10 seconds. Bill Belichick never loses. It's just... Yeah. Anything comes out, he just wins.
You could say that he got out of the Jets and the Browns on purpose because he knew it wasn't gonna pan out for him. He's that kind of mastermind.
Right.
The long con.
That's something to think about. My other stand of the week. Did you watch any of the Buccaneers Titans game? How could you miss it?
The only thing that I saw was I saw somebody post that video where it was like that classic Jameis Winston throw where he's like, screw it, Mike Evans is down there somewhere.
Yeah, and it worked.
It worked.
It definitely worked. But my stand from that game is Ryan Tannehill because he threw I heard that in the first half he had 37 passing yards and 2 touchdown passes.
Yeah.
And he had 2 scoring drives of 6 and 5 yards because Winston turned the ball over deep in his own territory.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say it's either off of turnovers or he owes Derrick Henry a steak dinner.
Right, Henry. 16 carries, 75 yards. So
not bad.
Tannehill only threw for 193, but 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
And now Tannehill, like you said,
no picks, right?
No picks.
Yeah.
Might be back. Might be back. 2-0.
I love it. I love it. I said, get Mariota out of there. He has tortured the entire state of Tennessee for far too long.
Mariota's canceled.
Yep.
Definitely
canceled.
Hashtag canceled. He's not even welcome in the 48 states in the mainland. It's like Alaska might have him. Hawaii will welcome him back.
Yeah.
That's it.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Bengals traded for him, though. That would be hilarious.
I don't see where that's connected, but okay. Another stand of the week. Popeyes. See this? Sandwich is bike on Sunday.
Yeah.
Troll job of the year.
Sandwich not with a regular S though, with a money sign.
Oh yeah.
Because they upped the price by $2.
Is that confirmed though? Because there's a lot of Twitter buzz that it's $5.99, but I couldn't find it in an article anywhere.
Because the streets
definitely say that it's $5.99.
Not with a regular S, with a money sign as well.
Stephen A. Smith
on both ends.
Stephen A. Smith voice. We don't care.
We don't care.
We don't care. Yeah, I would pay $15.99. But yeah, we need to do some investigating work. see if it's actually $5.99. Like I said, I don't care. But Troll Job of the Year, that they did a commercial for it on their Twitter. Mm-hmm. And like on the billboard on the side of the highway where it says like food, there was one that said like Chick-fil-A and then Popeyes, and the Chick-fil-A obviously said closed Sunday, and they had a guy walk up and put an open on Sunday under Popeyes. And so they're coming back with it on a Sunday. So I got to get there at like 10:15 a.m. on Sunday morning.
Yep, we don't care about Jesus is gonna he's taking Sunday off so he can come here and have our sandwich.
Right. Jesus has some unders that he's betting on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
I would put money on him doing that. Okay. Christmas in week 9. Getting close to Christmas. I wanted to do a Halloween in week 9 instead of like Christmas in week 9. Or like
What's the scariest outlook? Like the team that has the scariest outlook.
I don't want to know where that conversation would go. So,
Cincinnati.
Yeah. Bye week this week.
Yeah. Well,
Bless up.
Yeah.
Bless up.
We're coming off a bye week. The scariest thing I think is the Ravens coming off a bye week and facing New England.
That's tough.
Because
look what happened to Cleveland when they did it.
Right.
Zach, know what you want to root for? Since you're a betting guy now, you want New England to kill the Ravens.
Why is that?
Because then they will be undervalued when they come to Cincinnati the following week. Imagine if the Ravens beat the Patriots. They're going to be 17, 18-point favorites against the Bengals.
Well, Baltimore doesn't really have as big a problem with Cincinnati in Cincinnati as they do with Cincinnati at home, it would seem.
I don't know. I'm lost on that rivalry because like last year the Bengals beat them at home on Thursday night. The year before that was the
I was there.
Dalton
I remember.
pick game. It was like 98 degrees out. And then we'll just run through it. 2016 they beat them. So 2015. What are you talking about? Bengals in Cincinnati. 2013 they beat them.
I've been to 6.
Listen to me right now. Look at me. 2011, the Ravens beat the Bengals in Cincinnati. Mm-hmm. Week 17, Ray Rice busts a 70-yard touchdown run. Ravens clinch the division. Bengals get a wild card because the Jets lose. 2012, Bengals beat the Ravens backups week 17. 2013, week 17, Bengals massacre Drake or Patrick pick 6. They beat the Ravens. 2014 is the Steve Smith offensive pass interference game.
Ugh.
2015 is week 17. We were at the game. Ryan Mallett, 24-16 final score. Kyle Juszczyk had a touchdown. Mess up the spread at the end.
Love Juszczyk.
2016, week 17, Steve Smith's retirement game. Bengals win. 2017, Ravens win. Ravens win on opening day. 2018, Bengals win on Thursday Night Football. So the Bengals have won.
The forced fumble of Flacco there at the end out of bounds.
Right.
Remember that.
The Bengals have won 6 out of the last 7 at home against the Ravens.
Okay. I'm thinking Browns.
Probably.
The Browns always win in Baltimore, and well, except last year, the game I went to in
Exactly.
Cleveland, the Ravens lost to the Browns. So, and then they.
How's that hole you're in right now? It's pretty damn deep. But no, it was gonna be like going back to my point.
Yeah.
Was gonna be like, the Chargers dressed up as contenders for Halloween because they beat the Bears or like something along that lines. I couldn't just quite get more than one because I thought that was good. I was gonna give the Bears a seance just to get rid of the field goal posts.
You have an exorcism for Cincinnati or Washington or Miami, any of the horrible teams.
Why do you have to? That's low hanging fruit, Zach.
Well, I'm just
saying.
saying.
You don't eat fruit.
Yeah,
you eat veggies.
We had green beans.
We had green beans. They were amazing. I would send Tanya Harding to Jacksonville to re-injure Nick Foles so that there's no quarterback controversy. Gardner Minshew, he's back.
Nick Foles to the Bears.
Yeah. Gardner Minshew's won 2 straight. They're 4-4 now. And do you mess that up by bringing back Nick Foles because you paid him a lot of money? It's kind of a Russell Wilson, Matt Flynn thing in Seattle. Mm-hmm. They signed Matt Flynn to the money. He wasn't good. They got Russell Wilson in the draft. He plays. He's good. Is Minshew the guy? I don't know. He's kind of short. He was kind of exposed though, since he kind of came on the old mustache deal. Rip your rankings. This is gonna be a Rip Your Rankings participated in by all. Yeah. So we're gonna do our playoff predictions. So that's 12 playoff teams conferences, 6 in each.
Yep.
Zach, why don't you go ahead?
All right. I'll start
Start
off.
in the AFC.
I want to start in the NFC because that one was easier. There's not as much to talk about there, except for maybe the second wild card team.
Don't really like how you stepped over me, but that's fine.
Hey, you know what?
Yeah.
I get opinions too.
Okay.
You run this show for the most part. You're the de facto Stalin here. So
I will take that.
yeah,
All
I
right.
will accept this mustache and all. Right,
Say
which is
something.
really coming along.
The thing
It's
is,
very impressive.
it was part of my Halloween costume, and I'm like, okay, Sunday I can
Who
find.
were you, Gardner Minshew? Did you wear the?
No, we were
silk?
we were 80s workout people.
Oh, gotcha.
So, and then Sunday,
We heard the pomp. You up?
yes.
They didn't have mustaches, but I get your point.
Yeah. So then I'm like, okay, once this Halloween thing's over, I'm done with it. And then Sunday, I'm just like sitting there watching the games.
It looks good.
And then I look in the mirror and I'm like, I don't hate it.
You know what? You know what you need is the sideburns down to your earlobes.
Yeah,
That ties it together.
it does. I thought maybe I'd just go full goatee, but then I look too much like a 45-year-old that like
Nope.
is too into high school football.
Goatee is exclusively for your back nine of your career.
That's true. All right.
All right, so I'm gonna start in the NFC. Starting with the East. This one was, I guess, the toughest. The other ones were kind of locks.
Wait, Zach.
mhm.
You're going 1 through 6.
Oh,
Like you're going like
I can't just go by division.
no,
Winner?
because you're deciding on who gets a bye week, who is
Uh-huh.
your 2 wild card teams. So you got to rank them 1 through 6.
Mhm.
It's not division by division. I should have explained it better. This falls on me.
That's okay. I got
All
it. Do you want to just do NFC, AFC, AFC, or do you just want to go?
That's fine.
whole
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, let's start with your NFC.
Yeah.
Number 1 seed in the NFC.
San Francisco.
San Francisco.
That's what I'm gonna go with.
Number 2 in the NFC.
New Orleans,
New Orleans. Number 3 in the NFC.
Green Bay.
Green Bay.
4. This one was tough. This was the East. Philadelphia.
Okay.
The Cowboys look sus. Very sus.
Okay.
Losing to the Jets at home,
Okay.
tough.
We or
5 is gonna be Seattle,
okay.
and 6, Minnesota.
Oh,
Not the Rams. I like the way Minnesota's been looking lately.
I had Minnesota as the 5 seed.
Oh.
I have Seattle not making the playoffs.
You have the Rams
I have
instead?
the Rams at
Oh, of
6.
course you do.
I have the Rams. Seattle is sus, and I'm.
You think so?
Yes.
That's how I feel about the Rams. I was like, I didn't think the Rams got it.
it's like-
Goff looks horrible.
It's like everyone that does he. I mean,
Yeah.
he didn't against Seattle. He did against
Overthrowing-
San Francisco.
And
He didn't yesterday. He didn't yesterday in London.
he didn't look very good against the Rams. Or
Well,
not
he
the Rams.
plays
Sorry,
for them.
Sorry. He didn't look very good against New Orleans. That's saved by that fumble
Breeze
return.
getting hurt.
Yeah, and then the fumble return that
Right.
that whole fiasco.
But I thought he looked good at Seattle. They miss a field goal. What it comes down to me is that San Francisco's winning that division because I
Yeah.
have them as my top seed.
Absolutely.
I have the same top 3 as you.
Okay. Do you have Dallas as 4?
I have Dallas at 4. I mean, they beat the Eagles
Yeah.
by 30 points.
Yeah. I
excuse
just
me.
think it's an entirely different story when they play again.
Yeah, it's going to be in Philly. It's going to be cold. It's going to. That's
Yeah.
a coin flip.
Yeah.
Where I see, I think, in terms of Philly and Dallas, it's going to be different the second time they play them. Spin zone it back. I think the Rams beat Seattle when they play each other.
You think so?
It'll be in LA, and I think Seattle has 2 more games against San Francisco coming up.
I think they
just-
split with San Francisco.
I'm not bought in on Seattle. I just it's like, what do you take away from yesterday's game? Oh, People forget the second half because they won by they scored 3 points in the second half.
Here's my question though: is how has San Francisco looked against mobile quarterbacks?
How has San Francisco looked against
Their
mobile
defense.
quarterbacks?
Yeah, this year so far.
Off
Have
the
they
top
played,
of my head?
have they played any mobile quarterbacks yet?
I mean, I don't know the 49ers schedule by heart.
Except because they played the Panthers, but Cam Newton wasn't playing.
Wait, is San Francisco 7-0 or 8-0?
7-0. They already had their bye
7-0.
week.
Here, this is great radio. I'm gonna go through their entire schedule. Tampa Bay, they won.
Jameis Winston.
Cincinnati, they
Is he a mobile
Cincinnati,
quarterback?
they won. Cleveland, they won. Pittsburgh was week 3 that they won. LA, they won. They beat Carolina. They won. So that's 6. I got to think of the seventh team that they beat. They play Arizona this weekend.
They
I don't want you to tell me.
Okay.
Cleveland, Baltimore, no. Pittsburgh Bengals. It's not in their own division. Seattle. Take this out.
NFC East.
Should have told me. I would have got it. They killed the 9-0 Redskins game.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So they haven't played a
right
quarterback.
So I think that that's going to be their defense's biggest weakness, and I think that's why they split.
Yeah, I don't think Seattle's defense is that good.
Right.
That's where I land on that.
It's going to be a shootout. I think it's going to be like the Rams game with Seattle. It's going to be back and forth.
Yeah, I don't think Seattle's defense is good, and
take the over in that game. I'm going to say it right now. Take the over in
Seattle, San Fran, both of them.
Sure.
Okay. I just
maybe not the one in Seattle because it'll probably be raining, a lot of turnovers.
Yeah. Seattle. I don't think their defense is. Yeah. It's not the Legion of Boom.
Right.
And I think you get those Russell Wilson games like yesterday. Like I said, 20.
You still have Clowney, Wagner, and Kendricks.
And it hasn't worked. They're 23rd, 22nd in overall yards and scoring.
They might need to think about a change in defensive coordinator.
Yeah, Dan Quinn's about to get fired. That was their old one.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you have 24-0 yesterday. They won 27-20. They scored 3 points in the second half.
Yeah.
Matt Schaub almost threw for 500 yards against them. I know it's garbage time, but it's still Matt Schaub.
Yeah.
And Russell Wilson at the end of the day he threw for less than 200 yards. And I don't know. Chris Carson's great. I think I don't know. I think the Rams are making the playoffs. I know they've played 2 back-to-back bad teams, but
you want to jump over to the AFC?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So obviously, clear cut, very very clear cut. Number 1 is going to be New England.
Yeah.
This is where I have my biggest trouble is number 2, but I think I'm not going to go with the homer pick here. I'm going to go Kansas City. I think Mahomes is going to come back.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to have a great. I think he's only going to lose one game running into one more game running into the playoffs. I'm going to take Baltimore number 3. Hopefully, number 4 is going to be Houston.
Okay.
I still like Houston. Deshaun Watson looked great yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And then so for number 5, I'm going to go Indy.
Okay.
I think we're going to get that. And then at number 6, Buffalo.
Yeah, so at the end of the day, we have the same 6 playoff teams in the AFC.
Very nice.
Who do you leave out there? Who's 7? I think it's the Browns.
Really?
I think they had the toughest schedule through the first 7 games, and now they have the literally this is how it's ranked. The toughest, number 1 toughest. Now they have the number 1 easiest the rest of the way.
Mm-hmm.
I think they figure something. I think they can go. 7-2 is tough. 6-3. I think they go 8-8. But the AFC is just weak.
For me, it's the Chargers.
Yeah, the Chargers can make that run.
Yeah.
I would say
them or Indianapolis, or not Indianapolis. Sorry, Tennessee.
Right.
Tannehill goes on a run.
Tennessee or Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Because at first I had Jacksonville, then I put Houston back in. Here's
where
I'm at.
Well, real quick, if you look at the remaining schedule for Jacksonville, they've got 2 tough ones coming up, right? Texans, at least that one's at home, and then at the Colts. That's that one's tough. Then they have Titans, Buccaneers, Chargers are sus, Raiders are sus, Falcons, and then they finish off with the
major
Colts.
sus.
Yeah.
Here's my 6. New England, obviously 1. Indianapolis, first round bye.
Ooh.
Here's where I went on this. Is that I have the Colts have the tiebreaker against the Chiefs already. Sunday night football game. Cost me $750.
You lost out on $750.
Yeah, I did not lose it.
Yes.
I did not lose. Thank you. I would have won it.
Well, yeah. If you look at the Colts' upcoming schedule, Steelers, Dolphins, Jags, Texans, Titans, Buccaneers, Saints, Panthers, Jags.
I like it.
I like it a lot.
So they have the tiebreaker against the Chiefs and the Texans. Going to Houston's going to be tough.
Yeah.
Houston just lost J.J. Watt for the year.
Yeah, and I think that Houston, they have a strong finish here, and they get the other one against Indy.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that kind of levels out. I think if they end up with the same record, I think Houston wins enough games here in the final stretch to give them the tiebreaker.
Kansas City wins last night. They're my number 2 seed, but they lost.
Right.
So now 5-3.
Yeah.
They're 2 games behind the Colts
Yeah.
because you're 1 in the standings plus the
Yeah.
tiebreaker. So
But
I have
can
them
see
at 3.
them going 12-4.
Yeah, I have them at 3. Baltimore at 4.
They're going
another
10
tiebreaker.
They're
Another-
going 10-6.
Who?
Baltimore's going 10-6.
I
I'm gonna tell you that right
Well, I
now.
think the Chiefs are better than 10-6.
Right, exactly. That's why I have Baltimore at number
Right.
3.
But that's what I'm saying is my rankings are based on the Colts having tiebreakers over Kansas City and Houston, and Kansas City having the tiebreaker over Baltimore.
If Baltimore plays Houston still, and I
Yeah.
think Houston ends 10-6, and Baltimore finishes 10-6. But Baltimore, I think they beat Houston,
Yeah.
so I think that gives them the tiebreaker.
Well, that
but-
wouldn't matter in my rankings because I have
Right.
the Colts winning that division.
Right, true.
So I have the Ravens the 4 seed, and then Houston at 5, Buffalo at 6. I'm not sold on Buffalo because I almost threw Cleveland. I could have threw Jacksonville in it. I'm not sold on Josh Allen, and
Right.
that defense is going to need to
It's
be better
just
than what
it's
they were.
just the fact that they get to play the Jets and the Dolphins twice. That those are basically 4 free wins.
2 more
that they get.
times.
Right.
Right. They've already they've beaten the Jets week 1 and they beat the Dolphins
Well, yeah,
last week.
real quick. Let me I'm gonna look at Buffalo's remaining schedule, because I think that if they have it easy enough,
We'll also get the Bengals and Browns,
right.
and the Ravens and the Steelers. I don't think they played the AFC North yet. I think they have the entire AFC
Yeah.
North
So
left.
next week they play Washington.
Yeah,
There's a win.
Yeah.
Browns at Cleveland.
I'm
Who
gonna say
knows?
Cleveland wins that game.
Okay.
So
fair enough.
what are they? What are they? 5-2.
Yeah.
So they're 6-2 with Washington. Lose to Cleveland. They're 6-3.
Dolphins 7-3.
Yep,
Broncos maybe 8-3.
they're winning that game.
Yep, 8-3.
They're winning that game 10-9.
Fair enough. Bills. Then they play the Cowboys in Dallas. We already seen the
Wait.
Jets can beat them there.
The Jets beat them at home.
Was that in?
That was in MetLife.
Oh, okay.
So that's 8. I'm gonna say they lose to Dallas.
Yeah.
8-4.
Ravens at home.
Lose to them.
Okay.
8-5.
Steelers in Pittsburgh.
I think they
9-5.
I don't know.
I see him. I see him beating the Steelers.
I almost put the Steelers in my playoffs.
Really.
Watch their defense.
It's bad.
No, it is not. Did
I
you see the
think so.
Chargers game?
I think so. Whatever.
All right, say the Bills are 9-5 then.
9-5. Patriots 9-6.
Yep.
Jets 10-6.
Yep. 10-6, 9-7.
Mhm.
But I think we're putting a lot of.
They could go 10-6 and miss the playoffs.
Well, we're putting a lot of stock in not in the AFC. We're putting a lot of stock in just saying these win
Well, I think-
when they were losing to the Dolphins at halftime at home.
right, but I mean, you figure it out.
It's Josh. It's Josh Allen. He's not. He does. Like I said earlier in this episode, he doesn't have the glimpses. He doesn't show any flash. All right.
do you want to look at Scotty's? I think he sent them.
Did he send?
Yes, I believe
Oh,
so.
I got it. Okay.
We don't have his rankings.
I'm guessing he put the.
Right. I'm going to guess they're in order.
They're not in order because there's no way the Cowboys
Right. Okay. Yeah.
are the number 1 seed. So we're gonna ask. I just asked him. He'll send it back hopefully. All right. We'll go to irrational reactions.
Let's do it.
And it's a bummer Scotty's not here because he's usually hilarious
he has,
on these.
He has the best irrational reactions. In quotations, the best.
Zach, you're gonna go first.
Oh boy.
Oh, also I looked up that Shine guy,
Mm-hmm.
and his face looks like a Shine. Okay,
His face looks like a what?
that's what you would expect.
He
Him to
has
look
like he's too much Botox. His face is really shiny.
no, like how we always poke fun at him.
Yeah.
Like
He looks like a guy you'd make fun of.
looks
Gotcha.
looks like the guy. Like I don't want to read what you just wrote.
Gotcha.
All right, go ahead. 3,
Oh boy.
2, 1, go.
Our words now open to trading left tackle Trent Williams. The tank is on. Debrief, breaking down trades as deadline nears. It is on the tank season. It is on. That all these coaches and GMs need to come to the press conferences wearing tank tops because it's tank season.
Back-to-back tank jokes. Okay.
Well, I don't.
Yeah,
I don't
you
create
went to the
headlines.
well early. Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
you're right.
Joe Flacco ruled out for Week 9 with neck injury. City of Denver rejoices. Trade! Exclamation point. Jets sending DL Leonard Williams to Giants. See first 2. Dolphins trade Kenyon Drake to Cardinals for pick. See first 2. Contender or pretender? Shine verdict on 9 clubs. I want to beat Shine with 9 clubs. Kitchens, Browns to clean up penalties this week. You need to just... I had a toilet
Yeah.
brown humor.
It's
clean
there.
Up, whatever.
It's there.
Yeah, if I had time to prepare, it'd be
Yeah.
better. Whatever. Browns are horrible. Roundup. Deshaun Jackson likely back at practice until he throws out his back at practice. Nick, Joey Bosa break NFL record for sacks by bros. They definitely are dude bros.
I was gonna go that way. All right.
Whoops. All right, I'll count you in.
Hold on. I want to.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. No, I didn't get time to prepare.
It's nerve wracking.
I'll give you 5 seconds.
All right, I don't need it. Go ahead.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
Redskins now open to trading left tackle Trent Williams. Not good times in DC with the World Series. Debrief breaking
Lock him up.
down trades as deadline nears. Don't know why we want to talk about the stock market on the NFL.com.
Hey.
Joe Flacco ruled out for Week 9 with neck injury. I thought it would be because of his new backbone. Trade. Jets sending defensive lineman Leonard Williams to Giants. GIF of the guy he's from Caddyshack, and he's like, well, we're waiting. Dolphins trade Kenyon Drake to Cardinals for pick. Zach thought Kenyon Drake ended Arian Foster's career. Contender or pretender? Shine verdict on 9 clubs. I pretended to read this. Kitchens. Browns to clean up penalties this week. It's always a good first step when you clean up the kitchen.
There shouldn't be brown in the kitchen. That's what I would have went for earlier. Okay,
Roundup. Deshaun Jackson likely back at practice. I just love 2008. Nick, Joey, Bosa break NFL records for sacks by bros. I'm going to steal kind of on Zach's here. Is that, yeah, they are definitely dude bros, frat guys that, also have a record for, keg drinking. And that was Irrational Reactions. I definitely tried to squeak out a few seconds of...
Yeah, I know.
All right.
Okay, we've got his...
Of course he does that.
Yeah.
He can't reorganize them. He just puts the number. So now we got to decipher. We got a Nicolas Cage, Scotty's...
No. We have to Tom Hanks, the Da Vinci Code this.
Oh, I was going more National Treasure. Okay.
It's like a cryptic.
Okay.
It's okay.
Scotty's AFC 6 playoff teams. New England 1, Kansas City 2, Texans 3,
Woof.
Texans 3, Ravens 4, Colts 5, Jaguars 6.
Yikes.
NFC
He's
Nicolas
got,
Cage
49ers 1.
49ers, Saints
2. Packers 3.
Packers 3, Great Radio, Cowboys 4,
Vikings 5.
Vikings 5,
Seahawks 6.
Seattle 6. Scotty's is exactly the same as mine in the NFC, besides Seattle and LA. In the AFC,
he has the Jags, which is...
I had him too and crossed him out. Those are his rankings.
Cool.
That's good job.
He's not here to kind of elaborate. And we really beat that horse to death with going over our picks. So
GIF of the South Park of the kids beating a horse with an actual wooden bat.
Yeah.
All right, that's our show. We'll have to be on the lookout. Maybe we'll tweet something. Actually, you can watch Zach and Scotty's Madden bet. Ended up Zach losing $20 on the Twitter account and on YouTube. And we'll probably put out a tweet in the next couple of days when we're going to record the next episode, because it most likely will not be on Thursday.
Yeah, I got a vacation coming up. Prayers up.
Vacay Zach.
Yep, going to Florida. Gonna be awesome.
'Cause anything goes in Florida. The state bird is a chicken finger. Scotty, bet you didn't think that you'd be listening to me talk to you right now. How's your dinner going that you missed the podcast for? Haha, bet it's awesome. Just wanted to say, if you text the word Michelangelo in our DMs and Twitter, I'll give you $1. A free George Washington, right there for the taking. Just testing to see if you're still here. Love, Scotty and Zach. P.S. Can you help your mom with the groceries when she comes in? Thanks.
Also, he's hanging out with 14 and 13-year-old. He might need the money for bail.
Red flag.